Hello, I'm Jeff Stuffings from Jester King Brewery. Welcome to this class in making rustic farmhouse and table beers. So there's a lot of debate over what is a farmhouse ale. That could be like a whole just another discussion in itself. For me and for us at Jester King, these are beers that I would say are largely driven by a sense of place or terroir in beer. Farmhouse traditions exist all around the world, and like for instance we did a riff on an indigenous style from Central America called Tesquino, which is essentially a corn beer. It's really fun to work with all of these malts and raw grains from local producers, and I don't think there's any harm in using a substantial portion of raw grain as well. We've been kind of producing this like hazy wort for years, even though we haven't been making IPAs, just because I think it's kind of true to that Franco-Belgian tradition of kind of using under-modified grains. I mean, think about making these beers in a farmhouse setting. Centuries ago, there was no modern malting techniques. They are simple recipes. You are creating, I think, where, going back to that John Cage analogy with music, that you aren't asserting total mastery over it. You're kind of along for the ride and have the benefit of something that is, microscopic and outside of your control, having a huge impact on what ultimately gets developed. One of the cool things I think about these beers, somewhat in closing, is I think, especially in the context of mixed culture fermentation, the beers have the potential to kind of create these sense memories. These beers are so closely associated with time and place that your experience of drinking them in one location can kind of stick with you, where there can kind of be like little mental triggers where you might smell or taste something that like instantaneously transports you back to where you were when you were experiencing that flavor, that aroma, that beer the first time. So yeah, don't hesitate to come visit us here at Jester King. We're located on the outside of Austin. We have a kitchen and a farm and a welcoming place to visit. Our motto is brewing beers that are connected to a time, place, and people. So come experience the company of people and great food and drink in, I think, a wonderful, rustic, welcoming environment. So cheers.